Hey everyone, welcome back to Kitchn Showdowns, a series where we test 4 popular recipes in a side-by-side taste test, and today is all about fried chicken. On today's lineup, we have recipes from The Pioneer Woman, Serious Eats, David Lebovitz, and a copycat recipe from Popeyes. So let's get frying. First up, we have a recipe from Reed Drummond, aka The Pioneer Woman, and she starts with 2 whole chickens that are cut into pieces. This is a lot of chicken, we're feeding a ranch, and all we're gonna do is pour over some buttermilk. So now we are on to Pioneer Woman's dry mixture, the breading for the chicken. So now it is time to bread the chicken, and typically what I'll do is I'll have one hand that goes into the wet ingredients, transfers the chicken into here, and then this one is my dry hand that actually breads the chicken. That's just so I don't bread my hands over time. So Ben is gonna be 2 wet hands, I'm gonna be 2 dry hands, and we're gonna tackle this much quicker because there's a lot of chicken to get through, so get breading. Ben came in this morning with homemade ranch that he made in preparation for eating this chicken.
This may or may not be a full statement, but.
So now we're ready to fry the Pioneer Woman's chicken. I have a deep skillet with 1.5 to 2 inches of oil. Now it's finally time to eat this fried chicken. Ben, do you want to join me? I'm going for a drumstick.
I'm going for the wing.
That was juicy. I like the scraggly bits. It does add a nice texture to it.
It has a nice crunch.
It's good. It's simple. Difficulty-wise, I think it's fairly easy, but the issue is it's a giant batch of chicken, so it takes a long time. It's a project. There are some spots, because it's shallow fried, that touch the bottom of the pan, and they get a little bit darker, and that kind of bothers me.
The food stylist.
Yeah, that really bothers me. It's pretty, it's not beautiful.
It's definitely beautiful enough to eat. I finished my piece, and I'm just awkwardly holding it at this point. So.
I didn't finish my piece.
I would finish it, but I'm good.
Next up, we're gonna be testing a recipe from David Lebovitz, and his recipe starts a little more conservative. It's just 1 chicken this time. Into the bag, we are gonna add the marinade ingredients. So now we're gonna make David's dry mixture to bread the chicken. Feeling this mixture, it's pretty gritty because of the cornmeal, so I'm interested to see what that will look like when it fries.
And go.
I'm missing those little craggly bits. This feels just like sad and kind of naked. David's recipe says you can either fry in canola oil or duck fat. And of course, I chose duck fat. It's very expensive, but this is Kitchn's budget, so I'm charging it to work, so I did duck fat.
Bessie. Look what I found.
I think that's really unprofessional. What would David Lebovitz do? The chicken has a little bit of coloring on one side more so than, on the whole thing, which makes sense because this is shallow fried, so it's touching the bottom of the skillet. I think the temperature is too high, and it might take away from the actual flavor of the duck fat. So to me, this is kind of strange.
You're doing a disservice to the duck fat, to yourself, your budget.
Yeah, this is not a budget-friendly chicken.
No.
This is done, it's cooked off, so it's time to taste it. Ben, do you want to try chicken with me? I don't taste any duck. I don't think it made a difference.
Yeah. The mustard's really nice in there. It gives a nuance to the chicken that you might not typically find in fried chicken.
I think the taste is French fancy.
Yes.
Texture is expected.
Yeah, it's a standard fried chicken.
Yeah. Appearance is burnt.
It's got a rustic kind of chic
I don't know.
to it.
The only difficult part is working with the duck fat and shallow frying it, making sure like you're safe, you're not burning yourself, you're not burning the duck fat.
It's gonna be difficult on your wallet.
Next up, we have Serious Eats recipe, which starts out by making a DIY spice mix. and this recipe is a bit peculiar. It has you take a strainer, take each piece, and give it a little. The goal here is to get rid of like that little excess stuff, which I guess makes sense because sometimes it burns in the fryer. It's just kind of funny. So it is time to fry the chicken, and Serious Eats states that you can fry it either in a skillet or a wok. I chose a wok just because it's taller. I feel like it's a little bit easier. The chicken does look really beautiful for this one. I really dig the color and the texture, so I'm excited for this one. And Serious Eats also notes that there's an optional step 7. And in that step, you're gonna take the chicken, put it in the fridge, take it back out, and then fry it again. But I can't do that. I refuse. The chicken just came out of the oven. It's done cooking, so it's time to eat it. It's good. Like, I don't know if the shaking did anything.
It's got like a nice little kick. Like, I really enjoy the spice mix.
The seasoning is solid, yeah. It's well seasoned.
Yeah.
The spices give it a beautiful, almost red orange hue. Texture is middle of the road.
Yeah.
Difficulty, this was a serious project. It's not as bad as Ree's because I'm not frying as much.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we are going to be making a Copycat Popeyes fried chicken recipe, which I'm super excited about. Popeyes breading is a bit different. It's a 2-step breading process. So we're gonna have to make a wet component and then a dry component. So we'll start with the wet ingredients. I've taken the chicken out of the buttermilk. I'm letting it drain a little bit, and the chicken is gonna go into the egg and water mixture, into the flour mixture, back into the egg, back into the flour, and then hang on over here when it's done. I like this a lot. I think the chicken's turning out really beautiful. I feel like the egg is kind of like a glue, and this just like covers all those little naked spots. So I feel like this is kind of great. Clearly, I didn't follow my own advice with a wet hand and a dry hand, so do what I say, but not what I do. Now it is time to fry Popeyes, and I'm excited about this one because it uses a Dutch oven and 2.5 inches of oil, so we're actually deep frying this one. I think this chicken looks really great. The breading is thick, you can tell. I feel like this is the prettiest chicken out of all of them, and it's really easy to fry. Like, I feel safe and in control with a big pot versus a tiny skillet. I think this looks amazing. The texture looks great, so I'm excited to eat this. This is really good.
I love the double coating.
The outside breading is thick, and I feel like almost it takes like longer to fry. It's like a more casual frying, so it gets a nice color, and then the inside fully cooks. Like, we don't have to worry about the whole oven thing. Texture's incredible.
A bunch of crunch.
Ooh, texture is a bunch of crunch. It's kind of great because the double breading method, it's kind of like the worse and sloppier you do it, the better it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's great. Difficulty is worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
The double hot sauce, I feel like, comes through in flavor, not so much heat. So it's this really pleasant, kind of like warm note.
It's solid, and it really tastes a lot like Popeyes.
It's like fried chicken when I wanted fried chicken to be.
It's what you think of and what you want fried chicken to be.
It's a runway ready chicken.
Yeah, it's a runway ready chicken.
It is the moment. We're gonna rank these chickens. Okay, last place. It's David Lebovitz.
Yeah. It feels like there's something amiss with it. It's not quite there.
I love you, David. I'm sorry. Third place, Serious Eats.
Yeah.
And in their defense, maybe if I refrigerated it and fried it again, it would be great, but I just...
You shouldn't have to do that. I think especially if you're frying all day, you should get to enjoy your chicken day of and be happy about it.
Sorry, Serious Eats. All right, second place, the good stuff. I'd say Pioneer Woman.
Yes.
It is a solid, classic recipe. There's like nothing really wow about it. It's just like comfort food. It is good. All right, the winner, obviously, we knew this would happen. It's Popeyes. It's brilliant, it's gorgeous.
Yes. It gave me what I wanted in my fried chicken. Crunch, flavor. It wasn't outrageously difficult. Yeah.
We knew this would happen. Popeyes won.
Go Popeyes.
Go Popeyes. Thank you so much, Ben, for helping me once again. You did all the work on the side, and thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna take this for the road.
Please help yourself. Thank you so much for watching me fry all this chicken today. I smell like a fryer. It was totally worth it. Until next time, this was Kitchn Showdowns.